WICR, Iona College Radio.
Hello. Well, that cut out odd, but it's fine. It's fine that it
Hello.
did that, because life cuts out sometimes.
Wow.
I didn't mean it.
Wow. I didn't mean it.
Yeah. So those three songs, I knew the last two. I did not know the first one, but
No.
it was the first song, "Conqueror," that you heard, is by AURORA, whose album released March 11th,
Yep.
and yeah.
So like 4 days ago.
And
It's also Aurora, like Aurora.
it's all caps.
Yeah.
It's
Just like
what-
Haim.
which was the second song I played.
Yep.
But back to the first song for a second. I'd never heard it before. It was pretty good. It reminded
Yeah.
me of Mr. Wives, who sings "Vagabonds" and "Coffins" are the two songs I know by them.
What are vagabonds?
It's the name of their song.
I know, but
Oh, like what does the word mean?
yeah.
A vagabond is someone who kind of like wanders. And I don't want to say lives by themselves, but like
Just a wanderer, a free
Yeah.
spirit.
no,
No. Okay. Well,
But,
just
like-
kidding. I don't know what you're talking about then.
like a vagabond, you know.
Oh, okay. Well, when you say it that way.
Not like a happy hermit.
All right. And they don't move around though, because hermits just chill in one spot.
I thought hermits move around.
No.
Well, you learned
Gypsies move
something.
around.
Then you know what? Vagabonds are closer to gypsies then.
I'm just kidding. No, hermits are like, I'm going to go to my secluded home in the woods. And
I just recalled the episode of Hannah Montana where Jackson wanted to become a hermit.
is that the one where he gets a beard? He has like a fake
Yes.
beard in it. That's all I remember.
It was
from
just so odd.
that. Yeah. But then you just seclude yourself from everyone and you don't talk to them. So a life I could not live
No, me neither.
at all.
One time I was home alone for a very long, it was like 5 or 6 days. And by the end, you just talk. It was a good social experiment, but I was just talking to myself.
Yeah.
I like hung out with a friend and they were asking me why I was being weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I've noticed that you do kind of like start talking to yourself just because like maybe you just need to say something out loud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought you were gonna say I was home home alone for a long time, like 4 hours. And
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
Oh,
It was like 5 days.
oh, okay. 5 hours. It was like the hardest time of my life. Like I didn't know how to feed
rough.
myself.
No, that's the
I
best.
survived off of bagel bites and Tostina pizza rolls.
Oof.
Actually, I do that anyway. My mom hates it. Like for summer, you're not very I don't want to think about lunch. Like I just want to make it.
Yeah.
And bagel bites are always great, and
Mm.
I like to think they count as 3 different food groups because when I get pepperoni kind,
I got that. My mom makes these chicken burgers with because for the indie show we really should be talking about food. But
Yeah.
my mom makes these indie burgers at
just go on. No, I mean like let's just
mom.
go where the conversation
my mom.
takes us.
I said indie burgers though.
oh indie burgers.
My mom makes these chicken burgers and like the burger patty itself has chicken obviously and then like zucchini and carrots in it, but like you don't really taste the zucchini.
Mm-hmm.
But then she puts like barbecue sauce on it and like grills them,
Mm-hmm.
and then we take like the ringed pineapples. Like
I do.
I put one of those on top. I
Wow.
personally put arugula on that, and then gets these brioche rolls that are nice and like shiny.
In
And-
brioche.
Yeah, and they're my favorite thing in the summer. And we eat that with coleslaw,
Mm.
and it makes me really happy.
Mm. Yeah,
And,
that does sound good.
I recommend it.
An indie burger would consist of
Kale.
Kale, yeah, no, would consist of. I'm trying to think. So, the meat would be what would the meat be? Maybe like okay, the meat would be not being
a-
owned by a
a-
record
A
label.
wild bison.
The
Can you see it?
We're
'Cause I
going different
can.
ways, but yeah, I get it. Okay, so we have 2 types of indie burgers. We have the one that's actually that Bayside's going for,
I
which
feel like
is
your burger's metaphoric.
my burger is absolutely metaphorical
Oh.
because you said wild bison and I said not being owned by a record
I'm just
label.
picturing- It's just basically the same thing.
no, yeah. Well,
Um,
and then like the fixins or whatever you guys call them, because like I'm
Okay.
weird and I don't eat that.
Okay.
Would be like just being mad at the world,
Okay.
like angry You
Yep.
just, you have to figure something out about your life.
All right.
And then the buns, I don't know. Maybe like a 90s sound.
Okay. A nice like a garagey.
Yeah,
sound.
garage band kind of thing going on.
Okay.
Because like I can usually tell, like when I hear bands, indie bands, I always think like, I feel like it has an indie sound to it. You know what I mean?
There is a sound.
Yeah, like I can
I
hear
could agree
it.
to that.
So, that would be what my burger consists of. No, you're not Boston. You're Bayside.
I am.
Baysides would consist of wild bison.
Well, I'm
and
just thinking like
arugula.
what name of like what meat or like emu something
Emu.
something
Oh,
that you just look at
gosh.
people and you're like, oh, I
That's
do really
weird.
need that in a burger.
Emu,
No,
like
that-
venison.
I don't know what that
That's
is.
deer.
Ooh, no, don't eat the deer.
Okay. Well, but emus, like that's cool.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, then venison
Like,
works
an indie
too.
person would eat a wild bison burger with
I would agree with that.
kale and I don't know,
Like a
something
wheat.
else.
I feel like a wheat bun.
Wheatgrass.
A wheatgrass.
I'm saying all my hipster words.
Yeah, no, I think we're thinking indie hipster, which I mean, actually is completely true. So
It
because
is.
hipsters just yell at each other, different bands that they think they know. Like as you've seen, like I think it's Jimmy Kimmel, where he went to Coachella
Oh my gosh.
and he was like, these kind of people who go to Coachella just they just want to know as many bands as possible. They want people to know that they know as many bands as possible. So we sent out a correspondent or whatever, and this guy just interviewed people, and they thought, he just interviewed people, and he would bring up these random names that aren't even names of bands.
oh gosh.
And
Oh,
so-
that's
and then-
embarrassing. I
And
can
then
see where
these
this is
people would be
going.
like, "Oh my gosh, I love them."
Their
they'd be like,
sound.
Like what they came up with a couple, like didn't they like just release something a couple weeks ago? And like the person would be like, yeah, totally.
That's
and
so embarrassing.
It was so bad. It was so funny because they were so just willing to
yeah.
say yeah. And I'm like, how about you don't lie?
Yeah, just tell the truth.
Yeah,
is the
just-
moral of this segment. Tell the truth and
Treat yourself to
Treat yourself.
a burger, a wild bison burger with
yeah.
with some kale.
Yeah. And speaking of kale, next up we'll be playing Vampire Weekend and you and me at 6. So bring me back.
Well, now that you mention it.
This is